Hey everyone, you're listening to Hocked Unloaded with writer-director Steve Drake and producer Rachel Franz. This is the podcast where we tell you about how we made our first feature film, Hocked. Each week, we'll bring on a new guest and they'll share their experience of what it was like making this film. In this episode of the podcast, we sit down with Matt Jamison, who once worked at the real-life pawn shop and appeared in Hocked as the unpredictable pawn shop regular, Cowboy. We hope you enjoy it. Welcome to Hocked. Unloaded, Matt. Let's talk Hocked.
Yeah, let's. I'm so serious. Oh, cool.
Can we drink your beer?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. We're gonna.
I can look at it.
I'm gonna drink it. Can I have another one?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Monday. I don't
thank
drink
you.
on Mondays.
We do.
Just real hard on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We drink every day.
Only in the office, though.
Well,
Yeah.
get old and then you see how you feel about it.
Gotcha.
I don't drink at work. I only drink
At work?
Or I'm sorry, I don't drink at home. I only drink at work.
That's smart.
Yeah. I'll take another one of those as well, Matt.
Oh, yeah. They are tall boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting hammered.
I'm happy. I'm happy with all that.
Okay. All right. You worked in the pawn shop for a while. What was the weirdest thing that happened to you while you worked there?
Weirdest thing that happened to me why I worked at the... Wow, that's a great question.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did I ask you when I was writing it about the weirdest thing that you had seen? I don't remember if I had asked you.
I don't know. I've seen so many weird things. Like I've
Right.
seen people pass out at the counter. I've seen people, have some, a little bit of trouble controlling the białels.
Oh.
Yeah. I've seen people fall to the store, fall out of the store. I've seen people try to steal stuff that clearly would not fit in your pants.
Do you have any specific stories about the person that your character was based off of?
Yeah. Before he went absolutely rogue.
Right.
I put he ordered a safe from us because we used to sell safes, and I remember installing it in his house.
He had a house?
Yeah, he had a house and cars. So he bought a safe from us, which is, pretty. He was always a kooky dude. So real foil hat, kind of government's beaming messages into my brain, kind of crap.
But not full on.
But not full on. Just I would say he was about 20% of his potential crazy.
Oh, okay.
So, fairly low.
Yeah.
And still had some money. And so, we go to his house, we're going to put the safe in there. But any guy that's got a Trans Am and a Camaro, when you got both, that means something. I don't know what it means, but it means something.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means something.
Means there's a
Why
storm
are we
coming.
all doing that thing with our lips?
Oh, my dad.
Your dad has both of those?
He
Oh.
had a Trans Am. I'm not sure if he had a
concurrently.
Camaro, but
Concurrent. It has to be at the same
he
time.
had a Trans Am and a Firebird, as well as a Z. He had all three at the same time.
So is your dad still,
No,
with women?
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
so maybe.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. I think I'll just
walked
go
right
ahead and
into that
get
one.
out of here. Just go ahead and put my foot in my mouth.
He was real into drugs, so maybe that's the correlation.
I don't know if Cowboy did drugs.
I think Cowboy. Have you seen the
No,
Lack
I
of
don't
Teeth?
think he does.
No, because
Yes.
I remember there was a whole situation, the actual one, about the, I feel like you're heterosexual, I'm a what?
That was me. He would come in and say,
Yeah,
I am a heterosexual celibate man with the heart of Jesus Christ.
The heart of Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's up there.
He had a direct line to God at all times in the pawn shop when I was
Yeah.
there. He would oftentimes come in talking to God in like a Schmiegel fashion, where
hence
he would
the-
talk normal, and then all of a sudden he'd look up and he'd talk like this, you little motherfucker, like that,
Yeah.
and he'd go back to a normal.
Yeah, hence you think you'd give me a break every now and again there.
Oh, I see where. Yeah,
He's
it
talking
wasn't
to
that
God.
bad, but I mean, it was some out there. It was out there. I call it pre-bridge days.
Pre-bridge,
Yeah, so that's PB.
PB&J.
That's pre-bridge, just like Jesus had his AD and his BC situation.
Ah,
it's a PB.
Okay, got it.
But he was really, really different. But he had money and he bought stuff, so we had to kind of generally kiss his ass. Mm-hmm. But out there, the most out there person, no, but I don't think for the context of the movie that playing the craziest person I'd ever seen in the pawn shop would have resonated. Because I think you just terrify people, and they'd be like, "That's not believable. No one acts like that."
Right. No way.
Right. No, when you know what I'm talking about, and that's just.
I know plenty of people.
See, I think like Cowboy today is pretty much my mom today. And that's why I think drugs are involved.
And that's why I'm not going to ask a question about your mom, because I'm afraid that something might have happened to her too.
She is alive, don't worry.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So we can give her shit now?
Yeah.
I just would like just a list of all the people that are alive we're allowed to make fun of.
We didn't give you that list, Briar.
I know. So I feel like I was kind of.
Well, no, she's crazy though.
She's
She's batshit crazy, and that's why like every time like a Cowboy thing would happen, I would tell Steve like, "Are you sure this isn't my mom?"
Now, does your husband know about your future proclivities?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I don't start doing meth, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. That's great relationship stuff. I like to hear that in the vows.
Well, I want to know if I can't remember how much we had talked about your character. Mm-hmm. I knew I wanted to include Cowboy in the beginning of the movie because I wanted to lay the groundwork of there are some pretty crazy things that happen. And Cowboy in the movie he's a mix of quite a few different customers that I had, right? I don't know how much we had talked about that. I knew you could handle a loud and crazy character, no problem.
I'm like 4 degrees off from maybe being one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm like a bad Vegas trip or like, I don't know, some expired cheese away from maybe just being an absolute nut job. So, yeah, I mean, I want to say that it was just I reached deep into my creative genius, but no. I just acted like myself with my wife not in the room. And then just, bang, there it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a very honest question about your artistic process. How many dicks did you draw on our scripts when we weren't looking?
I would say that, I like to say 7 an hour is a good amount of.
That's his pay.
It's enough of hot dogs on skateboards that I like to draw.
That's what it was.
But it really helps,
Good.
and it just generally answers any question. Question number 4, blah, 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 blah. Just draw a penis. Well, that's why I never get called for jury duty. When you get that sheet,
there's dicks on them.
You know when it asks you, like, is there anything that would keep
after.
you from being able to serve on a jury, just draw a dick and send it back.
And that could mean a lot of things.
It could. My father himself used to actually draw boats or ducks with a crayon. He borrowed a crayon from me because he never wanted to be on jury duty. And he would just draw a duck or a boat and then fold it up and send it back with his name on it. Man's never served on a jury, nor have I.
That's brilliant.
How is it interpreted? Brilliance? Or do we not want this person to come on down here?
Yeah. Well, the eye of the beholder, really.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say my creative genius lies in drawing penises on things that aren't mine.
And that's why you got the part.
And I like to think so. I
really
like to think it had a lot to do with all the success I've had to this point in my life. Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Do you think... So one thing that people don't really know is originally we were going to give you a sock puppet.
Yeah.
Do you remember the sock puppet?
I remember having it, but...
Day one, we gave you the sock puppet, and Cowboy was going to be talking to a sock puppet that he thought it was God.
Yeah.
The sock puppet was God, and he was going to be
It was a tube sock, just for...
It was a very dirty tube sock.
Used. Steven used it all through high school.
Boy, all through high school. It basically stood up by
Twice
itself.
on the weekends.
Oh my God.
But do you think it was a good idea to get rid of the tube sock or a bad idea?
I think the problem is that you can just play crazy too crazy. Because, what you're trying to do is you were trying to compress an experience. Mm-hmm. And I think you can over-compress an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just like the tube sock.
Right. And I think that I think people need to, I think that the whole experience comes across. But I think if you really show them, like all of it, in such a short amount of time, if you did a 12-hour movie, maybe it'd be different. But, there's a lot of, just kind of entertaining yourself that goes on in a pawn shop, and then a whole lot of crazy. But I think you can go too far sometimes, and I don't think you did.
That's good. That's good.
It was just like any day. You could be really entertained sometimes there or not, I did it for 11 years, so yeah, I had a lot of experiences.
There's one character that didn't quite make the movie that I kind of wish did. And I know you've got a good story about a big man that used to come into the pawn shop.
Yeah, I mean, until you've spent some time in a bunker with a 500-pound man, you really haven't had an experience that I would say is, fulfilling.
Yeah, this man once told Steve he was going to roofie him.
Yeah.
So,
week one of me working.
I've seen him punch himself harder than I have ever punched anything in my entire life, in the chest. And I asked him to stop for fear he would die and fall on the floor and we'd never get him out. I remember...
You would never get him out.
No, never.
No.
You'd have to do what they do with horses in the trail system.
Or
cut him into a million pieces.
No, they blow him up with dynamite. That's the only way you can dispose of something like that. So I would say that, spending some time in a bunker, that was interesting. And, certain concerns like that the government jingles keys at you to infiltrate your brain, or the government has the ability to beam messages into your brain. And, you have to hear all this, but then you still have to sell them something or give them a loan, or it's just... Sometimes you got to really go to your happy place.
Yeah.
It is very Happy Gilmore in there.
You got to live in that happy place.
Yeah, and then sometimes you got to think, man, I really hope that nobody ever looks me up in the phone book.
So
a phone book for you guys was a book that was like Google that was delivered to your house, and in it were the addresses of the people in the town you lived in.
Weird.
Yeah, we can look it up later.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, you'll have to Google
it. It's a great
thing. So you've been inside of this giant person's bunker, and you've been inside of Cowboy's place.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one to be in for the rest of your life, which one?
Wow, for sure Cowboys. It had windows.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's safe.
Daylight.
Yeah, I'd like to think that my screams could be heard.
Yeah.
From passersby in the street. We're in a bunker. It's really hard because... But, window, you'd be better off.
Yeah.
But no, I remember even being told, if when Russia does attack, you can come here.
Oh.
And I remember thinking, if Russia attacks, I'm going to stand outside and be the first person killed. Because I do not want to be in that bunker. I want to be the one the bomb hits.
You'd rather be murdered by Russians than stay in a hole.
Like, here comes the bomb, I go lawn chair outside front yard.
He's offered me to go see his bunker. And this is post-movie, so...
See, oh yeah.
I mean, you're going to want to drink closed container beverages.
Yes.
And you want to be... what I think the relationship there gave me some experience about is like what it's like to be a really sexy teenage girl. So now I know what it's basically to feel like you...
Big Al never offered for me to come stay...
Maybe not his brand.
In his bunker.
Apparently I'm his brand.
Yeah,
Steven is his brand.
Yeah. I got a little old, so I fell out of favor.
I was brand new.
Yeah, brand new,
fresh
meat.
Yeah.
He would always make like weird comments, but I never got offered to stay at the bunker. But I do remember his little person friend. Did you ever meet the little person friend?
He was always accompanied by a little person
friend.
friend.
I know who you're talking about.
I don't really know who he is.
I think that is his brand.
He was a tweaker.
Oh. What'd you think of the movie, Matt?
I really liked it. Honestly, this is horrible, but I mean, I thought like that's just a lot to do. Yeah. And I like to start really big projects and then kind of flounder, and never see it through, or just like at the end of a painting project be like, fuck it, and just slop some paint on the wall and call that done. And you didn't do that, and I thought, I didn't rub off on him, being your gunkle and all. And I thought it was awesome. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. And I just thought it was so well done, and I laughed a lot, and I had a good time. And it wasn't because I knew a lot of the people, and it wasn't because, knowing you two since you were, knee-high to a grasshopper. But...
You don't know me.
Yeah, for a bit now.
Not since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
It's been like half a decade.
It's been, yeah.
Well,
just saying, for you.
5 years.
Yeah, you were barely legal when I first met you. So...
Put that in perspective.
Yeah, get that in your mind. So, I don't know. I mean, I would recommend that. I mean, I'm looking forward to buying a DVD so I can show it to other people in my age category.
There'll only be Blu-rays.
That's going to be an absolute problem. I have to buy all my friends' Blu-ray players.
There will be
and then go to their house and set them up. But
a beta?
If you could, honestly, beta was great because it was better quality than VHS. In case you wanted to know that.
And so was Blu-ray. Got ya.
The problem with beta
is
that your movie would fit on like
DVD.
2 beta tapes.
Okay.
You needed an increased amount of tapes for beta. So I would like it on Laserdisc.
Ah, yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, but
do it
no,
again.
great movie. I just blown away at how well some people acted. Not in the context of they never acted before, just blown away at how well they acted. And I'm like a continuity person, and I couldn't. I was struggling. I was struggling to find things.
Good.
So that's good.
Well, what did you think? I mean, you were on set, a pretty good handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that when you were on set, it seemed like a lot of times when you were on set, for sure, like it was very lighthearted and just like we're all just kind of grab-assing.
Yeah, because it has to be that way.
I think you made that comment. Like, I don't understand how you turned all that grab-assing into something.
Oh, I don't know. I just take direction well. And let's be honest, Rachel's a little scary at times. So, I just wanted to listen to her. And anyone that you let paint your teeth, you got to respect while you sit on a toilet.
That's true.
And they sit in between your legs and paint your teeth. And, you got to respect that. So when that person says that's about enough drawing dicks on stuff and playing grab ass, you're twice the age of everyone here, then it's time.
So we've brought up multiple different times how, I got a little rude with some people on set when it was time to, like, nut up and shut up. But
fuck them. Are you allowed to say fuck them on this?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Fuck them. People need to not take themselves so seriously.
There's no
rules.
rules.
They get all the feelings.
No
Your
rules
generation
for Hocked
has too many
Unloaded.
feelings. You guys need to
do.
have 75% less feelings than you have.
Steve and I
I
had
have
that
less feelings
conversation.
than you think.
You need to every day be like, today I'm going to feel less.
I do.
Steve and I had that conversation earlier that there's too many people that take things too personally nowadays.
you can't.
But anyway, getting back to it, I was just going to ask you, how many times did I probably yell at you to shut up and stay in the back?
I want to say a lot, but the problem is
happen.
I don't
think so.
fucking care when people yell at me.
That's good.
So
He's a cowboy.
I want to believe that it wasn't too many times, but then part of me is also like, I really don't care, because you're going to be like, hey, listen, he let me paint his teeth, and he took some direction, and other than today, usually show up on time. And, I think that has a value. Not
Yeah.
much, you know.
I mean, you're a very funny person. It's easy to be around you. But when we got to the point where we were trying to
Do you
get
want my
shit...
number?
No, I don't.
Just
Cam
thought
has
I'd
it.
ask there. Well, that's fine.
I would never hit on anybody that Cam is actively pursuing.
Yeah.
So,
That's wrong.
That's a cool thing that you guys do in your relationship that I really respect.
It was in the vows. I remember that.
yeah.
We'll never double down on the same person, ever. I do.
But, it got to the point where we did have a very short shooting schedule. And so it was getting to the point where we were like, fuck, we got to get some shit done. And then you've got crazy Grunkle Matt on set. And it's just like, well, fuck. Matt, shut up. Matt, stay in the back. Matt, I can hear you during this take.
Yeah.
Stop talking about dicks.
Yeah, it's
Less
I
gay,
wanna
Matt.
say-
we need that take less
I wanted
gay.
to play it at just real gay. Like not even cam gay.
Right.
Like more than cam gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not your cam.
Oh,
the
okay.
TV cam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From like Modern Family?
Yes,
Is that
from
the
Modern.
Cam?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the Cam and Mitchell. That was a reference.
Oh, it
Steve
got
did
real.
not
Is that
get
still
it.
on?
It
Is
got
that still
real
on
and I didn't
TV?
understand it.
You didn't? Oh,
I liked it when
fair.
it was my friend Camby.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I've known him since he was really little.
Yeah.
So I feel weird
Knee high
about
to a
really-
grasshopper.
Yeah.
Speaking-
Well, I don't know that we need to recover that.
No, we did that. Speaking of people you knew when they were real little, tell me about Jay, playing Jay, being
Oh my God.
evil Jay. I want to know your take on
I
that.
liked the surprise.
Okay.
But it's very hard for me. Now, listen, I believed it in the movie, and I liked it in the movie. But she was the fucking whiniest little crybaby kid in the entire world. Because I just tortured you endlessly. Put you in hampers, tripped you, pushed you down, knocked you down the stairs, took shit from you. Her, you could do nothing. I remember just at our wedding, she was 1 year old, and she wouldn't even dance with me. She just screamed bloody murder. So, I love her to death. I love her like one of my own. But it was just hard because I expected her to break out crying or have a bunch of feelings at some point.
Yes.
Steve, this is why you were such a bully of a big brother, is because you got bullied by Uncle Matt.
And I was tough
he
then.
needed
Well,
it
quote,
because
unquote,
it was
bullied.
everybody was like, "Oh, what does Steven need? Oh, get him."
Yeah, I was the first one.
I want to hear more about your dinosaur obsession. And I just thought this kid needs to be pegged fucking down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, in
So I pegged him down.
That's fair.
In Jalen's episode, there was a little comment about how Jalen was never, ever picked on.
No,
of
you
course,
couldn't.
heavily sarcastic,
You weren't
but
allowed
Steve
to.
was like, I would never pick on you. which, you know, we all know Steve is a big brother.
Oh, I'm sure you picked on. I couldn't.
people.
I did. My wife closed up
Now
shop
I know
on
where
me.
he learned it. He learned it from
Great.
you.
It's good
I
references.
like to think that there's some genetic material in there that really helps you be a dick too.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I love her to death. She's an incredible actress. It's not the first thing I've seen her in, so maybe there's some, you know, I don't think there's bias there. I pay good money to go see her in other things that she's done, and I think she's fabulous. And I liked the surprise. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't read the whole script, but you know, I knew who it was gonna be before it was gonna be that person.
Yeah.
And Angie, I told my wife, you know, I leaned over and told him, she's like, no. And I thought, whatever, dude. I could have read the script. All of it.
I had the script.
But I
the
didn't
original.
because there were a lot of words in there.
There was a lot of words.
I thought, you know what I'm going to really focus in? Just reading where I belong in the movie.
Eventually, I got tired of words.
And then I just thought when time permits, maybe I'll read the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
I actually like that you didn't read all of it, because not a lot of people that were in it didn't read all of it. So...
Basically,
Rachel, shut up.
that makes you the lady of all the people.
I'm getting to the compliment here. It's a good thing though, because then we can ask you like what you genuinely thought of it and what you genuinely thought of like the ending and things like that.
I loved it.
Because you know everybody else is
loved it.
biased.
Other than the times that I saw, I was, in the interest of just brutal honesty, other than the times that I was there, I had no clue. Like, I knew that it was a pawn shop movie. I knew it.
Yes.
Because I was in the pawn
You
shop.
were in the pawn shop.
I was positive my character's name was Cowboy. Positive. But other than that, really didn't know.
Well, you were there the day that Jay murdered a stump, and we splattered her with blood. Because you held
I
the
was there,
splatter.
but I had no clue how that fit into anything.
You're like, what
I
is this
honestly
girl
thought,
doing?
what does this have to do with anything? I squeezed the squirter thing, so that was cool. And I
Yeah,
went
you did.
home and told my wife, I was like, I got to squeeze the squirter thing. But I'm like a 9-year-old, so that was the only story. I was like, it was
Matt,
great.
Yeah.
There's a theory that your character is the only one who knows who Jay is throughout the whole film.
It's not a theory. That's
But-
true.
But
Well, yeah,
actually
okay.
not during filming.
No.
So
No, Matt didn't
yeah,
know.
you know,
Cowboy knows.
He knows, but I
He
don't
is-
know.
He's
We're
the most knowing
telling
character.
you now in your intro scene. You say she's trying to steal my soul. You're talking about
That's
Jay.
who I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about Jay.
Oh, wow.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, we didn't decide
didn't
that
know that
until
either.
after.
I live a lot
your
of my
scene.
life just kind of, you know,
Well, we didn't really know that either. We figured it out later.
That's
So,
awesome.
But, you know, tell me this. Put your mind in Cowboy one more time.
One
last
more time.
You're out
Last
in the
time?
field. This is the last time.
I might call it back someday in the old folks' home.
Oh, okay. Well, for now. For the podcast, put your mind there. You're in the field. You have your poison dog. Or
My
Frog
dart.
piss.
My
Frog
dart.
piss.
With
your
frog
darts.
piss.
The
I
frog
remember that.
piss darts. Do you take Jay down in that scenario? Because we cut to black. It's a mystery.
No, you know what? I feel like we partner up. I feel that's like how it plays. Like it's
I
his
like this.
it's his chance to turn something around. You know what I mean? Not just be crazy, but be crazy for purpose.
Okay.
Well, now, whether that's purpose good or bad, I really don't give a shit. But I prefer, let's make it be bad.
All right, so going back to
Sorry.
you and Jay teaming up.
See, Rachel's researching for a prequel.
It's not
Oh,
a
a
prequel.
prequel.
Yeah,
It's not a prequel.
whatever it
It's
is.
an origin story.
I don't, oral what?
Origins. Jalen and I
I don't want to do that with my family.
Jalen,
I'm related to a lot of these people.
Fucking A. Jalen and I are.
I will do nude. I will do nudes.
Not
Jalen-
Andrew. Andrew played Beer Can Rob. You could do that with him.
Yeah,
I played nudes with who?
Beer Can
Andrew.
Rob.
Oh, that's fine.
You have no.
I don't
Be
want to
very
play nude
hairy.
with
They're
anyone.
both very hairy men.
Anyone with a BMI lower than me.
I don't.
Like, I want to be the thinner one of whatever we do.
I would say you're
Nudes.
probably the same. You're just taller too, though.
So does that count as something?
I don't know.
So what is an
Anyway.
Origins movie?
So, Jalen and I want to make a Jay's backstory, how she becomes.
That's a prequel.
No, it's not, because being a prequel, it would have all the same characters in it.
Is that required?
I think so.
They would be alive.
They would be alive,
And
but
available.
Steve's not going to be in it. Curtis will probably be in it at some point. Maybe Clay, but there will probably be no Booger, no Steve, no Lanny. It's all about Jay, not any of the shit that happens.
I'm against
Before the-
anything we're not in.
Anyway.
wholeheartedly.
Well, so some of the theories that we've had was we asked Jalen, you know, what she thinks of the situation with Cowboy. And I think Jalen and I agree that we think she knows Cowboy knows who she is, and she's just letting him watch.
He knows that. Okay.
Yeah. Like, she's aware that you know who she is, and she's letting him watch.
Yeah, but nobody ever listens to a crazy person. I know that in my personal life.
Exactly. So maybe it's because she thinks, I mean, Jay doesn't do anything unless she thinks she can use that to her advantage. So maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility that Cowboy does end up working for Jay.
I personally see a movie more like, you know, Booger, beer can,
Yeah.
and Cowboy just like go to Vegas.
Yeah.
See, that would be like a side story.
I would also like to shoot on location.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, so you want me to fly you to Vegas?
Or drive. I don't really care. And, you know, we just do something there. Basically, it's just like The Hangover, but, you know, you just fiddle in some shit so it seems different.
Can we get you a real face tattoo? We can't afford a fake one.
You can't afford a real... What would it
It's
be?
more money to get
It's
a face
cheaper in
tattoo.
Vegas.
Is it like a Mike Tyson thing? Or
Yeah.
is it I don't want a penis on my face?
Well, actually, that's now copyrighted. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, the artist who did the tattoo on Mike Tyson's face got upset at The Hangover for putting that on Stu's face.
That's hilarious.
Because he said it was copyrighted information. I don't
How
think
about-
I don't think it went far.
How about just the single six thing on a cheek?
Ooh,
That's
do it.
cool.
I'll give you
do that one.
$50.
Yeah,
50 whole dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
you could probably
mighty
get
generous
it.
of you.
You could probably get it for $50, like just like a little teardrop kind of.
Yeah, especially in Vegas. It might get infected.
Would you
but
get a tramp
it'll be
stamp of
okay.
it?
No.
Oh.
I've told Steve that I
could.
will get a single six media tattoo. I will never get a tramp stamp. I don't know,
Yeah, I
but we
know.
do have one more very important question for you.
Well, we could have two more important questions.
Okay, well, go ahead, Steven.
I didn't have a second one, but maybe I do. What was it like? So we filmed the scene where you were in an all yellow rain suit, and it was probably 2 below zero, and you were wearing, I think, fingerless gloves.
It was -8 with wind chill. I've looked
Bring
this
us through
up.
that day for you.
Well, see, it was cold, but you guys hadn't you already shot the scene where Lanny's running away from the truck?
Yes.
That had already and everybody kept talking about how horribly cold that was that day, and I felt like I was kind of getting bitched out if I complained.
Oh.
So I kind of kept my mouth shut, but I was freezing. I blew out the crotch in that
No,
thing.
no.
Oh, quite a bit.
We filmed with Matt before we did it on top of the parking garage.
I'm not talking about the parking.
No,
garage.
no,
I'm
no.
talking
We're
about
talking
running
about
through
the
the
truck
alley.
scene, running through the alley.
Oh,
That was
okay,
real
okay.
cold, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, last February. Was that February?
Well,
That was horrible.
I think February. That sounds right.
This is the problem. Plain opposite of the character Lanny, because that's very separate than the man. Was so, like, I remember coming home and Angie was like, "Oh, how'd it go?" And I said, "You know, he's the real deal." Like, I almost felt
Rich.
like ridiculous. Like, I was like, he's got it on lockdown. So, you know, if anything, I was just really impressed. I left that day thinking, "Oh, this is going to be awesome." So he was just so incredible. So I left leaving that day like, wow, you know, this is really cool. Because obviously my first scene, the vast majority of it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really didn't, I was like, I don't know what we're doing. And I didn't read this whole thing and I have no clue. But I left that day, I was like, oh, this is the real deal. So impressed. Cold, but impressed. And I enjoyed waving to people in the alley that wondered what we were doing.
Yeah. That was good.
I like to think 4 people didn't move to Bozeman because of me that day.
Probably.
Or
good for you.
Or 3 left.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to make them leave than it is to make them, you know.
not move here.
So, what were the things? Because I know you're a continuity guy. What were the things that you caught that we didn't?
What that I can remember,
Yeah.
the truck had a tonneau cover in one scene and
Yeah.
it did not have it in another.
Yeah.
And then Jalen, are we allowed to say her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. She had glasses on
Sunglasses.
her head
Sunglasses.
and then
Yep.
not on her head later.
Guess what? She was missing earrings at some point too.
Oh, really? And then I don't know that there might have been something in the background that had moved or something. It doesn't. That's kind of irrelevant because I mean, who would ever catch that?
Well, if
So-
you caught it, someone did.
Those are that's what I remember right now. But I mean, it's really minor stuff because you know most people just kind of aren't anal retentive like that. They just kind of watch a movie and enjoy it. So I mean, I say those things all the time. I mean, I've seen things that are multi-millions of dollars, and they jack up that stuff all the time. Like a Coke is half empty, and then 4 seconds later it's full, or it's not there.
The infamous Game of Thrones Starbucks cup.
Oh, I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I didn't either. Cam's obsessed with it, but apparently in the final season, at some point, there's a Starbucks cup in a scene.
Yeah, it's like not to draw you right back to the penises, but
always draw.
What was the movie when you guys were wee ones? What was it?
Superbad.
No, little one. It was a cartoon. Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the DVD cover.
Yeah.
The DVD cover.
Yeah.
The fucking short dude's got a heart on.
So I don't know why I wanted to do a callback with that, but I did. And so there we are.
Way to go. That's some really deep Easter egg
Matt.
shit right there.
Yeah, I keep it way in the back. Well, there's nothing else in there.
No. It's all dicks.
After this, I'm just going to basically go stand in the corner till somebody needs me again.
That's where Angie keeps him.
Yeah, just keeps me in the corner. If she doesn't listen to this, my life will probably continue on its current path. Oh. But,
Will it change if she does listen?
She might just kind of like put her head down a little bit and be like, what is...
Well, didn't she do that during the premiere anyway?
No.
Oh.
No, she was super, super supportive. She's a super supportive lady. It's correct. Just, I think
I know she's supportive of Steven and I. I just didn't know if she was supportive of you being crazy.
I think at some point I need to grow up. I'm holding out for my 60s, though. That's when I'm going to really turn a corner.
Yeah.
So I got some time.
Okay, now it's time for my final question.
Okay.
Who wins? Booger versus the Bobcat. Go.
Oh, dude. It has to be the Bobcat. And the reason is I personally tried to take a wild... You remember the cat, Madison?
Yeah.
I tried to take her to the vet once upon a time. You were probably a teenager.
You're not the first person to bring up this infamous cat.
Bit through my hand. Oh, right. Get some out there.
Somebody's upset.
Somebody get some.
I hope they heard
Somebody
that
just screamed, "Fuck you." I heard it in the headphones, so I'm sure they heard it.
All into the veins.
Yeah.
Like the bloods. And then the vet, he tried, to get her out of the cage thing. Bit him all the shit. So I'm going to say, and that cat was 15 pounds.
Yes.
So I'm going to go, like, solid on the Bobcat. Like, for shizzle. There's no way. A cat will mess you up, man. What idiots voted the other way?
Well, quite a few people.
Shots fired. Patrick voted for Booger.
Dummy.
Josh obviously voted for Booger.
Love him, dummy. Oh.
My dad.
Oh, yeah.
I think my dad did it.
Drake voted
for
Booger.
Rich did not. I don't believe.
Rich said the Bobcat. Jalen said the Bobcat. Steve and I have both said the Bobcat.
Yeah, those are all the north of 120 IQ people.
Sorry for the spoiler. Some of those episodes have not been released yet.
They're coming.
They're coming. You'll hear it.
Yours is next, though, Matt.
Oh, super duper.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, sort of today is Friday, February 21st.
Yeah, we're in the future right now.
Oh, yeah. This is so cool.
I hope nothing bad happens.
You know what we should do? We should check the stock market, and then we should buy something.
Right, because we're in the future.
Yeah. I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we've got for you.
Oh,
so,
goody.
Thanks for talking Hocked.
Cool. I'll go stand in the corner again. You guys let me know when you need me.
Yeah.
Bye, Cowboy. Well, that's it for this week. Let's talk Hocked next week on Hocked Unloaded. Next week, we're joined by novelist Patrick Hill. He had a cameo in Hocked, but more importantly, he gives us a rundown of what it was like watching the film from an outside perspective. Keep up to date on all the Hocked things that we're doing and where we're doing them by following us on all the major socials at Hocked the Movie.